and any type of mode we can use the documents, but it's for presentation purpose. It is better. My suggestion is to go through the PowerPoint presentation is best. Okay, if anyone wants to add, that can be also added. If you want to do not change anything, we can keep it as a PDF format so that nobody can edit on this text. Okay. So first of all, we should understand what is P2P process. Okay. So P2P process means procure to pay or purchase to pay. Generally, we know that we go to market. We have a list of items that we want to purchase, but we don't know what to purchase and how to purchase and what is the mode of payment and where to pay. So for that reason, we should have a plan for that. Okay. So what is the plan? If we want to manufacture a product and we require the raw materials, so what is the raw materials is required to convert the raw means semi-finished goods to finished goods. So for that reason, we required some mode of supply. Supply in the sense the vendor from where we can buy the materials, and this material can convert into finished goods, and we can sell these goods to customer. Okay. For easy understanding purpose, I have taken an example of manufacturing industry, because in the manufacturing industry, uh, it can be easy to understand what they exactly to do. So take an example of manufacturing industry to understand clearly about the process of P2P. So manufacturing industry involves in three areas. What are the areas? Buy, make, and sell. What to buy, what to make, and what to sell, and to whom to sell. Okay, so buy means buy the material, means the raw materials. And what is the raw materials? For what purpose? For procurement. Procurement means we have a multiple vendors from where we can buy the materials. But whether we know that this vendor is supply the goods as per our requirement or not. Okay. So the material which we procure, where we procure, from where we procure material from vendor. So we have a two type of vendor. One is external vendor and second was internal vendor. What is external and what is internal? Generally, we choose the vendor on a regular basis, and that is internal supply. And the external supply, we need to select this vendor, and we have to issue some documents. What is the document that will go from next step? Okay. So here the vendor may be local, or maybe other state, or maybe international. Means we have a three type of vendor. One is domestic vendor, from where we purchase the material in inland, and another one is international vendor, where we choose this international vendor to purchase the material on import. Okay. And third one is one time vendor. This one time vendor means only this vendor is used for only one time. Okay. So now coming to the point of make. Make means manufacturing of goods. After manufacturing of goods, it converts into finished goods. FG, right? Finished goods. What we do after the finished goods, we sell the goods to customer. This customer also may be domestic or international. Okay, if you want to cover the market, we can sell the goods to domestic market. If the product quality and the quantity that we produce and want to sell the goods in international also, that we can sell the goods to the customer. Okay, now there are now coming to the point of procurement types. So procurement is, as I said, internal document. There are the two type of document that we follow. One is internal procurement document, that is from domestic vendor. External procurement, that is from international vendor. What is the module? Because procurement means it doesn't mean only for the finance document. It involves for the some other module also integrated with finance. So in the material management, it is involved FI as well as MM, as well as PP, as well as SD, as well as warehouse management. Okay, so these other modules are integrated with P2P. Now we cannot. Now we are discussing about the material. So whether we can split the material into two parts? No. We purchase the raw material and that is used for the conversion of finished goods as well as the semi-finished goods. We cannot break the goods and keep it aside. We can use the raw material for the purpose of conversion into finished goods. Okay, so we cannot split the raw materials into two parts. That is in the scenario of ECC, but we are discussing about S4HANA. So in the S4HANA, there is one option is given for the service. As we all know that material is only for the procurement purpose, but in the service also is a one kind of procurement, because we have a service supplier, means we get the services from the transport agencies, we get the service from the legal authority, we get the service from the what is called rental. So these are the services that we generally use in our day-to-day transactions. So that is also a kind of procurement. So for procurement of raw material and services, we should go through a document. What is called? It's a document called agreement, or one kind of understanding between the company or the service provider. Okay. So what kind of the material that we procure for the company? As we know that we procure the material of raw materials, semi-finished goods and finished goods, as well as in the manufacturing industry we require following items: consumable. Anyone knows? Tell me about consumables. Where we can use these consumables? Anyone? No issue. So I tell you where to use the consumable. Generally, for the repairing and cleaning purpose, most of the consumables are used, like diesel. Diesel is also a consumable because it's consumed and produce the finished goods. It is used for the consumption purpose and convert this consumption into a finished goods. Spare parts. What is spare parts? It's a tools that is used to run for the machineries and after using the spare parts and replace the old one and fix new one. By doing this process, we generate finished goods, free goods or sample goods. We produce thousands, 1 lakh of product finished goods, out of which we keep it 1,000 as a sample goods for distribution purpose. Why these sample goods are used? To promotion purpose. We have like we are in educational institutions. So if we distribute the pamphlets so that we can know that this institute is going giving a good means education, good training, right? Everyone should know about how do we know that Chanisa is giving the good better training compared to other institution, because it's kind of distribution through vehicle as well as media as well as Facebook and Google as well as YouTube. These are the media through which we know that this is the best institute that we learn. We can take an training, and the trainer also have very good experience. How do we know? Due to this type of distribution and the what is called one type of advertisement. Trading goods, and last one is non-stock items, means which cannot be calculated as a value, that is called a, that is on quantity base only. So in the material master, we generally have some data. What kind of data? In SAP, as I already have some data. It's a material master, customer master, vendor master, service master. So do you know what is the meaning of the master? Master means it's a complete information about the product, about the vendor, about the customer, and what we know in the what is the information that we get through master data. We get the master data like materials, quantity, rate, product description, etc. In the material, have you seen any requisition or any purchase order where we have some information? I hope everyone should see, or if not seen, not an issue. I'll tell you what is the importance of this master data. Without of this master data, we don't know what exactly we expect from the supplier. What is the requirement of our company? What kind of product they manufacture, and how this distribution process can done after finishing of finished goods. So we produce the goods, but what is the use if we do not, means we did not supply the goods to supplier, or we don't have a demand for the produced goods? For there should be some team involvement for procurement of material. So who involved in the procurement purpose? The person who knows about the market scenario and the product requirement. So those team is called purchasing team. Every organization have purchasing team. Without of this team, we cannot procure the material. So purchasing department many involved in procurement. How they involve? Because they have a multiple vendors and they choose the best vendor from where the required material is is used for the production of finished goods based on the customer order. Generally, we want to produce finished goods of 10,000 lakhs. But what is the use of production if we don't have an order in our hand? How do we get the orders? We get the orders from the customer. How do we know that the customer? Because the customer has given order. As we give the purchase order to vendor, likewise, customer also give the supply order to the company. Company means the company who produce the goods which they require for their trading operations. Okay, so for that reason, the purchasing department select the best vendor upon the quantity and the quotation based, because in the market there are different vendors are available and same type of product available with them. They want to supply the goods, but we want to check whether the quotation has received, that is the best price, and we want to see that whether they are able to deliver the goods as per our expectation, because it's all depends on the customer order. By through we can deliver the goods at their stipulated time. If the supplier has delivered the goods, means they have supplied the goods and we are unable to deliver the goods to customer, what will happen? The customer has given a time period that you should deliver the goods within 90 days of period, and after delivery of the goods the payment will release within 90 days. And there is a mutual understanding between the customer as well as the company, likewise the company as well as the vendor. If this process has happened as per the terms and conditions, there is a there is no issue of fund flow. Am I right? Hello?
Yes, yes, the
Okay. So material requirement planning. Who will plan for the material requirement? The indent who writes the requirement, and the team of purchasing will search for the plan with consult of PP product. PP means planning department as well as the material management department. If they both are involved for the production of goods based on customer order. Okay, for that the purchasing department select best vendor based on the quotation. And for the quotation we have a two kind of agreements or the contract, we called contract or outline agreement. So in the agreement, what points to be considered? It is very important. The contract, we need to cross check the quantity and the value. As we have a given for the production of 10 lakhs of goods, and we require 1 lakh of material, or else we can say that 1000 kgs of goods. So whether this quantity and the value match with their quotation, so we need to check. And what is the timeline they will deliver, that is also to check. If we want to deliver the goods within 90 days and they are able to supply the goods within 1 month, we can produce the goods and deliver the goods to customer. So we can get the incoming payment, and we can able to make the payment to vendor also. Second one is agreement. Schedule agreement. What are the points to consider in contract agreement? The contract agreement is time period. As I say that if you want to supply the goods within 90 days, we must have a goods within 1 month, so that based on the receipt we can start production and deliver the material. Okay, first thing is time. Second is material information. We have given a material for X, but they have supplied the material for Y. So there is a gap. There is a the product that we have received that is not as per our requirement. So we need to return back to them. There is a gap of between supply and production. So we need to select one more vendor. So here we need to face the time period, and if we are unable to supply the goods to customer, what will happen? There will be a payment delay. In the payment terms, we should mention cash discount. Why we mention the cash discount? If the supply of goods made within 1 month and we start the production of the goods and we deliver the goods to customer within a month, then we get the pay. We can able to pay the vendor within a due date of their supply. We will get a discount of 5 to 10% of instantly. 5 to 10% instantly. So this is a profitable for this is benefit to custom company. And the mode of payment, generally we do payment through RTGS if the value is more than 2 lakh, or NEFT if less than 2 lakh, right? Or else check. These are the mode. So that is also to mention in an agreement. Material type, what our requirement, that is also to mention material type. Okay. So this is the process that is applicable in contract. Means the points to be mentioned in the contract. The contract may be an agreement or a document or a purchase order. So who will create the purchase order? Internally, to create purchase order, they require requisition. So in requisition means it's an internal document. Purchase requisition is an internal document. Means we receive this document from the vendor. So who will approve? The approver from the management, they will approve. The management has given an order, require these type of material. Please select a vendor and procure the material. For before procuring the material, these are the vendors are able to supply the goods as per our requirement. So best vendor we have selected. Please give the approval so that we can raise purchase order. As I say that the purchase requisition is an internal document or inward document, and purchase order is an external document. Why it is external document? We send this purchase order to vendor for their information that we approve your requisition. We approved your quotation based on which our management has given an authorization approval to issue purchase order to supply the goods as per our requirement. What will happen after receipt of the purchase order by the vendor? They start supply of goods, means goods receipt. Here, goods receipt means what type of transaction involved? FI as well as MM. But this should be integrated with both FI and MM. Finance as well as material management. Okay. So we need to maintain material document and finance document. Here in the FI, it generate finance document, and in the MM, it generate material document. Okay. On receipt of the material, what entry, what transaction T code we use? MIGO. we consider we Migo is a transaction key that we use on receipt of the material. So what is the entry? While receive the material, inventory account debit to GRIR clearing account. Okay. Now after receipt of the material, we cross check material as receipt as well as the invoice is receipt. Both are same as per the PO. So first entry is goes to inventory and control. Second entry is the invoice receipt. Who will give the invoice? The vendor will give the invoice. And here also happen finance as well as, means here involvement is finance as well as vendor. Material management. Okay. So GRIR account clearing debit to vendor account. Vendor is linked with finance. Why finance? Because we have to pay to vendor. So the payment goes to FI and material GRIR clearing goes to control. That is also a part of material management. We can make the payment through by manually as well as automatically. So why do we make the payment through automatically? Because the open items of posting of purchase invoices or tax invoices, whatever. So for that reason, it is in open item. After the payment of the payment to vendor, what we do is reconciliation. What kind of reconciliation? Accounts payable reconciliation. For this, who will involve? FI team. SAP FI team means finance team involved. This is the process, the cycle, how it is happen. Anyone have any question in this scenario? Or else I'll go with the configuration.
Yeah, no question is, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone have
So
any question for this? Yeah, please go ahead.
okay. So up to this, we know that how what is the P2P process and how does it happen in a real-time scenario. Means in our company and every company who are the manufacturer or the trading concern, both they do the same activity. Only the difference between this is the manufacturing involvement is no more in trading companies, because they buy the goods and sell the goods with a margin of profit. Is it true, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in the manufacturing activity, there are some uh, persons and some department involved to complete the cycle. So generally we have seen the reproduction. How does it happen? Likewise, to produce a raw material, means to convert the raw material into finished goods, there should be some steps to be followed. Right? So in this organization and every company, they should also follow the same type of rules. That may be in ERP, or that may be in any type of software. Whatever the software they are using, they follow the same rules, but there should be some control. Without of this, the process they follow, everything will be wrong. So each company, especially the manufacturing industries, they follow this type of cycle only, so that their productivity and the is time consumption also controlled, because the manpower, the involvement, the machinery involvement, the labor involvement, the cost involvement, everything is depends on the final product. And what is the margin? Margin means the profitability to produce one product, that goes to profit center, and profitability analysis that comes under controlling. Okay, so first thing is we need to define purchase organization. As I say that there is a one team involvement for procurement of raw material, that is called purchase department. So there should be an organization, because every company have purchase organization, sales organization, human resource department. Likewise, there should be one purchase organization through which this process is controlled. Okay, we need to create purchase organization. So what is the T code that we use to create purchase organization is OX08. Second is define purchase group, because group means the number of people involved in a department. Okay, we have a multiple offices in Pan India. So there should be a purchase organization, and each purchase organization has a number of people. The number of people is called group. Single person is called individual. But the group of people is called, what is called, the department as well as the number of people. Okay, so group of people is called purchase department in an organization. To create a purchase group, the code is OME8. Okay, as we create the purchase group, purchase organization, the stock, where to keep the stock, we have to create one plant. As we have 4 plants in same state, so I have create 4 plants for the same state, because each plant produce different type of material. For that I have created 4 plants. That is, the T code is OX10. And after creation of this plant, we should assign this plant to storage location, where the finished goods is stored, where we can store the materials that we purchase from, that we procure from the supplier. That is also required. Why? This stored material is called warehouse. Okay, so we can use this raw material for the production of finished goods. For that, the T code is OX09. So for creation of purchase order OX08, for creation of purchase group ONE8, for creation of plant OX10, and assignment of plant to storage location OX09. Okay. Now we want to create vendor master. For that, we can use FS00 kind of GL also. So FS00 for the creation of GL master under vendor. So as I say that vendor is domestic vendor. We can use for creation of vendor individual. It's a group of vendor. So we can create XK01, right? Hello.
Yes, yes,
For
yes,
creation
Dan.
of vendor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we need to maintain vendor master in material. Sorry, I have mentioned here vendor master. Maintain material. MM01. So what kind of the material master that we create? The material may be raw material, the material may be finished goods, the material may be semi-finished goods. We need to assign. But this material master is controlled by, created by the team. But we need to cross check as per the client requirement, what is their requirement, what kind of material they are using for the conversion into finished goods. Okay. Create purchase requisition. As we have done all configuration related to purchase, we have to create purchase requisition. What is the T code that we use? ME51N. For as we have a multiple vendor, they have supplied, they have given their quotation, and we need to create requisition. Requisition nothing but an indent that we get from the stores or the PP or the warehouse management team. They will maintain this purchase requisition for the production of finished goods. Okay, based on which we create purchase order. The T code is ME21N for the creation, ME22N for the change, ME23N for display. Right? Third one is inbound delivery. After creation of purchase order, we generally receive the material from the supplier, and this material is used for the conversion into finished goods, for which we need to deliver these goods. Inbound delivery, that means we use the T code is VL31N. Okay. For creation of goods receipt, we use T code is ME22N. If we want to check the goods that we have received in FI invoice, means
Hello.
we have received the goods as well as the invoice, we need to use T code is MIGO for the material. And for the service invoices, as I told that there is the two kind of purchase order, that is for one is two kind of agreements, that is for the service agreement as well as the material agreement. For the material, we generally use purchase order. For the service agreement, we should go through an uh, agreement, contract agreement. In this, they give the services, and against which they supply, they produce, means they submit the invoices against their supply, like transport. Because the delivery of goods to customer end, we should hire transporter. So hire transporter for one or two times, we can keep it as a one-time vendor. But for the entire year supply, entire year delivery, we should go through an agreement, that is called service agreement. Rental agreement, that is also a service agreement. We do not utilize any kind of materials here. We are utilizing this premises. Premises is one kind of services. And legal activity, any advocate has given a services for our case studies. That is also a service. Any consultant has given a services, like we also are called service agreement, service contractor, right? So for that, we use the T code is ML81N. Now, once we receive the goods and we verify all goods has been received as per the PO, and all quantity and rates and all tax and the category all are matched with as per our requirement, as per our document. So we can post the entry Miro. After posting as the entry, we start payment as per the due date. So for the manual clearance, we use F-53, and for automatic clearance, F110. Up to this, we know that next step is Okay. Next step is verify material or stock report. As we purchase the material and we have a stock, we want to check the stock position. We have a 1000 kg of raw material and we require 1500 kgs. We have already 1000 kg. We require the balance 500 kgs of stock. Okay. So that is the purpose we use for the stock report. Every month ending, we cross check our physical stock, and the stock report is used for the finance for submitting to bank on the respective due date. Okay, and we, based on the verification of stock position, we issue the goods for the consumption to consumption for utility. Consumption means here utility. As we use in our in house, there is a power consumption. How do we know that? By switching the light or switching the fan, that we can consume the units of measurement. Likewise, for the production of finished goods, we require some raw materials, that is we issue to the department for the production team, and they will use these goods for the consumption of raw material. So for that we use the T code is MB1A. So this process is completed related to P2P, and now we want to check the vendor balance. I forgot this step. This step to be here only. Sorry, in a previous we need to check here, but I mentioned last. Not an issue, but we want to understand what is the flow is going on and what is the end results. 16 to 17. Okay. After this, we can go with what is called OTC, order to cash. This is about P2P product, P2P process in general terminology, and what are the configuration that involve in P2P. As I said that I'll give the presentation with system also. So I have done the presentation preparation for the basic information, and I'll go with system also. But I've configuration was not done. That's the reason I'm not giving to system. By tomorrow or on Monday, I'll give complete practically, so that everyone should know how to post the entries and what is the what is the entry that will post and what is the end result that we will see.
Yeah, here I have one question, Diana.
Okay.
You said that in configuration steps, so can you please show on that? For creating the goods receipt, the thing is ME22, and I don't know, but
ME22.
yeah, in our
That
company we are doing
no issue.
customization. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Yeah.
Here
Yeah.
display purchase order.
Mhm.
So I've not done the configuration. That's why I'm not showing
Okay.
here. But these are the T code that we can use
Mhm.
for creation of purchase order ME21N. So here we can create purchase order. This is standard purchase order. We can select the supplier because I have not created any supplier. So that's why supplier means the vendor. So I've not done any vendor creation. So I'm not able to select it because these are the already created the vendors. So I cannot use this vendor for my company code. So it will give an error. It is not created like that. So that's the reason I'm not giving presentation. It means I'm not showing in real system
That
itself.
yeah, we are giving that vendor as well as a material and a
Yeah,
quantity and how much units and the batches. We have the manufacturing will be in a different batches a regular basis.
right, right.
We given a batches and plant code and storage location.
Hmm.
So we need to given this type of information.
Okay. So that means we need to create the patch for 1 lakh of product like XYZ product. So we
Mhm.
utilize this raw material like means for production of one batch, say XYZ product, and we require the raw materials MCP or what is called chloride and sulfactant phosphate and
Mm.
sucralfate like this. These are the raw material that is used for the production of one tablets or drugs or syrup or liquid item. So so
Mm.
these are the raw material that we use for the production of one lakh of batch number. Say we can use this batch number as like based on the company. We can use SAI batch number 001 like that. This is all
Yeah.
depends on their test report because we procure the material and this material to be tested by some external external consultant because this is called analytical team. They will test the product whatever we have procured and whether this product is used for the production of this batch. So the quality assurance and quantity department, they will the quantity control, they will give QSC report, and the basis of the QSC report only they will they will start production.
Okay. Yeah. Do
This is
you
the
know about HTO and STN related stuff?
uh, HPO.
Stock transferring order or stock transferring note from one plant to another plant.
No, I don't have an idea.
I will gather the information. So I will discuss
Act-
one more.
Okay. Actually, what are the process that is happening in our
In
company? So
ME
I
21
have given
only,
a
uh, yeah, in ME 21 only the STO process will be happen. Yeah, can you open that ME 21 and I will just say in the glance.
ME21N.
Yeah,
ME21 in
the
here
yeah
given.
the standard purchase order. You can drop down that beside of yeah go down. There is one more thing will be there.
ST
ST generic something will be there. Like this speaks about this.
subcontracting, stocks transfer order.
Yeah, this type of information will be there. Stock transferring order, STO. Yeah,
Okay,
we need to click
STO.
that and yeah, double click on that. Yeah,
Now it
here
is
we need to
asking for the
given
purchase
that,
organization, purchase group, and purchase
yeah, and
company code.
company code as well as its supply plant will be there. We need to enter our plant
Yeah,
at the
right.
same time. Yeah,
Because
at the same time, material we need to given what type of material we are transferring from one plant to another. No,
yeah, right.
item. automatically predict. So based upon that, and there's a quantity. We need to give a material, whatever we already created in the material master, and quantity, and we don't need to enter the date. It's automatically picked, and so we need to give a plant for in which plant we are transferring, which plant is required the material. So we need to give that plant code, as well as we need to give a storage location. And for example, we have one product. Okay, these are two types of batches will be there. For example, we are all are knows, I think so. So one of the product will be manufactured one date for this month. So one more product will be manufactured before month. So the batches will be in a different.
Okay.
So we need to give the batch number. It will be reflected in the product upon the product. So that we need to click on that. We need to check it once after we save. After that, there's a process will be there. Will be reflected in VL02N spell like that. It is related to sales order, outbound delivery related. It will be reflected once it will.
Upon delivery.
VL10B. Can you check it once? Is it in the document? The server is it 10B? B for bag. B for bag.
B for bank. Bank.
Yeah. So here
there is setting point.
And, yeah, purchase order cost display. Once we need to after clicking that STO, after that we need to click on execution. We need to no need to give anything. Once we execute, the after whatever we given a STO, it will be reflected here. The number that purchase STO generating number will be coming right after execution. So once we need to, I think there is a process will be there. There is the one type of bus symbol will be there after execution. That it will be automatically the purchase order. It will be reflected from us, and after that we need to do VL02N outbound delivery. Next step is after outbound delivery we need to raise the billing in VA01.
Okay. So means it's ST, sales and distribution, right?
Yeah, it will be linked with ST also.
ST also.
This is happening sometimes one plant to another plant. We need to enter that document number in VL02N outbound delivery. Yes.
Here we need to enter the document.
We need to give that document number. It will be reflected the plant the details, everything plant details and whatever. Everything plant which area it will be reflected in header part and bottom of the line it will be shown which type of material it will be picked and how much quantity and batches, everything it will be reflected. Once it will be okay, we need execution that. After that, we need to do a billing in VA01. So after that, after billing that, we need to maintain some customization note with the by using of a wrapper. How it will be reflected like ERN related and everything the report. So it will be we need to generate the report and we need to sell the goods.
Okay. Right. Means Again, after completion, after configuration of all these steps, so we can start the entry and creation of material master. So
Sir,
I don't
will
require. I think team will involve in material master creation, and
yeah,
we
yeah,
only need to create a FI related document.
yeah,
We need to create what is called FS, raw materials purchase,
yeah.
raw materials finished goods, semi finished goods, sales purchase account, and these GLs are required. We can see this means what is called favorite option.
Favorite option? Can't understand.
Say it will be reflect in the left side, whatever the group that